And I sit down, and she leans over and she goes, "Happy birthday." And I'm like, "It's not my birthday." She goes, she puts her hand on my knee, and like with this like piercing gaze, inhesh, /Jewel goes, "It's your birthday." And in my head, I'm like, this is fucking weird. And she turns to the kids and she goes, "Show them." And I realize it's all blonde kids with like the Dutch, haircut, and it's like children of the corn, and everyone's wearing white. And she goes, "Children, put your pens away, or your pencils away. Like, we have this special guest here. It's his birthday today." And all the kids are like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn to the kids and I'm like, I am so glad I came here today. I didn't know it was my birthday. And they giggle, and I turn to inhesh/Jewel and I go, "I have to go, I'm looking for something." She puts her hand on my knee again, she goes, "I know. You have a great day." And I'm like, okay. So I leave. And I close the door and I'm walking into the next room and I'm like, what am I looking for? And I wake up. Fast forward, I'm standing over a hole in the earth in the mountainside, like in a mountain farm kind of thing, in the mountains of Tennessee. It is a gay, radical fairy sanctuary. Which means like butch and fabulous farmers in Lamei. If you have never seen a gay man farm a hoe in heels, you want to get your ass to a radical fairy sanctuary. And I just happened to be there on Beltane, which is like the pagan, it's the big high holiday, it's the fertility festival. There is a hole in the earth that we have laid out right next to it, a huge Beltane pole. Just a live tree that we just stripped the bark on, we're tying ribbons to it, but it's too long for the ribbons, it's too tall. So I am standing there in a sarong with an axe, and I am chopping 10 feet off the end of this huge pole so that we can then ram it into the earth, dance around it, tie ribbons, Maypole Day, and then all fuck. Diddle, 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 diddle. I was not always a sex geek, and I was not always a mystic. I am a woo-woo person, I speak woo-woo flirtingly. I have had experiences which I know there's not science for because as a skeptic, I love my double-blind, peer-tested, reviewed shit. I just do. And, energy and all this Northern California stuff wasn't really, big in New York City when I lived there. However, I used to be a martial artist, and energy to me was let's blindfold ourselves and try to kick each other's ass. And then I started, once I got good at hurting people, I was interested in making people better, and so I started, looking at massage and acupuncture and things like that. And I met this amazing woman, and we're gonna call her Radhe. Everyone say Radhe. Radhe. It's just a name, because that was Krishna's girlfriend or wife or something like that. But she was an ex-ballerina and a yogini, and I started trading massages with her. And when I would trade her, before we did, she kind of warned me. She goes, I might get a little twitchy. And I'm like, does that mean it's hurting? She goes, no, that's a good thing. And now what she meant by twitchy was like trying to ride a bucking bronco. The more relaxed she got, the more floppy and spasmy she got, to the extent that you knew if you were giving her a really good massage, if she went into a back bend and was just going like, ugh. What the fuck is going on? Radhe? And she goes, well, it's Kundalini, and it's called a Kriya, and it's my Shakti moving through. And I'm like, Shakti? It's kind of like Ki and Chi and Karate. She's like, yes. I'm like, I used to do martial arts. Show me more of this. And so I was like, this is really cool. I'm like playing with somebody who is basically like a huge floppy, it's like wrestling a fish into a boat, but way hotter. We eventually become lovers, and then, so we're playing, and I'm like, wow, like this, like the hotter the sex is, the more it's like Radhe turns into Kali. And I'm just like, this is so cool. So that's my introduction to energy stuff. Fast forward, I meet somebody that we're gonna call Wonder Woman. Immediate energetic connection. Now I'm starting to get energy, and my energy is going crazy around this person. And so, we met at a film festival. We make plans, as you do when you meet at weekend things, to see each other in a couple of months. And I'm like all into the stuff that she's into. Raw food. She sends me like kirtan music. How many of you do yoga? Okay, and how many of you ever tried Tantra? Kirtan? It's, Northern California. So now I'm like listening to Jai Uttal. I'm reading ancient text about, Taoistic sexual practices. I'm like, wow, so I'm supposed to masturbate and not come. Fascinating. Never done this before. And I'm supposed to breathe, and pull the energy up my spine and let it drizzle down the front like I'm a huge fucking chocolate fountain of energy. And I'm supposed to be squeezing my PC muscles. And so this is the shit that I'm doing when my roommate's not home, right? And you know how hard it is to masturbate? And not, with a text from Montauk Chia to try to make sure you're doing it right? While not coming the whole time. And then, this person's also into raw food, but I can't find that in New York City then. And so, but I'm like, I'll fast. So I fast for 2 weeks, masturbating my ass off. No coming. Just the whole time is like, I'm just walking around the streets of New York going, God damn it. If I have another sip of lemon juice and it's fucking rah. I go visit, and we start fucking like bunnies, going crazy, but not coming. And the connection is awesome. I break fast, I'm eating all this raw food. And then we go to Beltane. So now it's my first time I'm out in the woods with all these radical fairies, and it's glamour and goats. Fabulousness in the woods. We're fucking in our tent like crazy. And we decide on Beltane, the high holiday, the festival of fertility, that morning I should come. And that is the night that I have that dream. And I wake up, and I tell her about that dream. And then we fuck. And in my head, the New Yorker part is like, I cannot wait until I get some fucking meat. And I'm gonna blow my load with this lovely, lovely human being on this mountainside in this tent. When I come, it feels like somebody set off an M80 in my coccyx. This fucking lightning bolt slivers up my spine. Now, the symbol for Kundalini, the asleep serpent of your energy, is that there's an asleep snake coiled up in your coccyx. As a New Yorker, do I think I have a reptile taking a nap in my ass? No! But it felt like a fucking anaconda woke up and crawled up my spine. Fast! And then this fucking bottle rocket hits the top of my skull. This burst of light shoots back down my spine and out my cock, and I'm like, gentle applause from the other tents. And I'm like, friend's like, are you okay? I'm like, I know what this is. This is a Shakti thing. Something, Kundalini. Oh, wow. She's like, are you having a stroke? I'm like, no, this is a yoga thing. I think I'm having an awakening. And in my head, I'm like, this is so cool and weird all at the same time. 90 minutes later, it stops. I have to fucking pee. I zip open the tent, and I step on a snake that was asleep on the threshold of the tent. I'm like, ah! She's like, what? I'm like, I stepped on a snake. And I'm like, ha, 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 ha. She's like, that's a symbol for Kundalini. I'm like, I fucking know. Ha, 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 ha. She goes, happy birthday. I'm like, oh. Chopping wood over the hole for Beltane. And I'm not spasming at this point. But I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, this is really a weird day. And then one chop, again, sarong fabulousness. A piece of wood flies off the log, all in slow motion, hits me in the third eye and slices my forehead open. Blood is trickling down my face. I'm spasming now. As Wonder Woman runs up to me, she's like, really? And I'm like, I fucking know. I get it! It's my birthday!